Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters.
I'm so glad to be here
Real
with my
sisters
sisters
talking.
today and just hanging out. And I was at work and these people were talking about finding a mate. And that really struck an interesting conversation because the first thing is, what are you really looking for in a mate? I mean, I'm married, Ella's married, Renee's married. Millie say she looking.
I'm divorced.
Yes, and since Millie's the only single one here, we'd like to know, what does she want in a mate?
Well, at this particular stage in my life, I've come to realize that, because I don't think I had terribly bad people in relationships, but I don't think we were compatible. I think when you look for a mate, you need compatibility. And the first thing on my list is they need to love God. I'm finding that people come with baggage. People our age come with baggage. People have lived some of their first parts of their life with kids and another wife, and they've been hurt, and people seem to bring that with you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, so first they have to be to work through what's happened to them, and I have a model for myself because there's a lot of things happen to me that I think could have changed me, but I refuse to not be who I am. I refuse to let somebody change me.
Right.
If they don't know how to accept my goodness for who I am,
Right.
then I have to move on and let somebody else learn accept it.
But that's important
It is
when
very
you are looking for somebody because first thing you have to be right because
You have to be firm in who you are.
right you
Right.
have to know who you are and you need to know what you want.
Right.
You need to know what you want in a mate because everybody's different. Everybody's not gonna want the same thing. That's where the compatibility comes
Right,
in.
and I don't think it means so much that it's a bad guy, because I think it's good in everybody.
Yeah, I think so.
But
too.
sometimes I think some people can bring out the worst in some people,
That's
and
true,
some people
too.
can bring out the best in some
That's
people.
true too.
Because even in my first marriage, I remember, and I was young, but I remember so much. My husband was there, laying on the couch. I probably was laying on his chest, and I remember saying, "He's here, but I'm still lonely."
Oh my.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
So you were feeling lonely even though you were right there with him, so you felt that he didn't meet you intellectually?
Well, at that time I was young, and I probably didn't know why I felt that way, but I felt lonely because we probably wasn't on the same page.
Right.
His man was probably going and doing something else when I just really wanted to be there with him and be
Right.
family. And it wasn't there. I mean, I literally was laying on his chest, and I remember thinking, why am I still lonely and he's here? Because we wasn't compatible.
Yeah.
Was it something else or somewhere else you would rather be doing?
No,
It was probably something else he'd rather be doing.
Right, because I enjoy marriage. I really do when it's good. But you want to. If I'm looking at TV, I want to be able to talk to you, or hold
wanna
my
be
hand, or
into each
interact
other.
with
Yeah.
each other.
Right.
You know, I want to
be
feel
like
that
friends.
that he's where he want to be as
Right.
well.
Right. So you felt that he wasn't
That he
really
wasn't.
going to be there.
And he was just laying on the couch because he probably was tired, and I probably wanted to be up under him, so that's where I was.
Right.
You know, but there was no compatibility there. We came from two different backgrounds. Y'all was a preacher's daughter, raised up. Had never even stepped a foot into a bar. Here was this man, was very experienced.
Right.
He had been out in the world doing everything. So
Right.
that was not compatible at all. I didn't even know really how to understand him.
And he didn't know what he had because an innocent person as you were at that time,
Right.
he could have
Mold
really
you into
took
whatever he wanted.
Yeah. And you could have been the perfect wife for
And
him.
I tell people, even being that young and you get married and you got sort of kind of pure and your mind is pure, if your world stay that way, you'll stay there.
Yes, you will.
And there's nothing wrong with that because that's your world. If you can
Right.
stay pure and stay with a
Right.
man, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is
know,
a good
so-
thing, and you're happy, and he'll be happy.
But it's your world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, they stay in my world, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't think it's always good to stay in one spot and not grow. I think people
But-
grow as they get older.
That's true, but
But
life
you can
is
grow
automatic.
together.
Right. Life is going to grow
But
you
he's
in
already
your way.
ahead of her.
Yeah,
That's what
that
she's
one
saying.
was.
But
So-
the thing is, he didn't have to. If he like didn't want to go out in the streets anymore or anything, and was happy with loving and having a family,
And
because that's
showed
what she
me
was
what
giving
he
him.
wanted to show me, you know,
Right.
as far as the
Right,
growing.
right.
And then I think too, life automatically gonna show you some things.
Right.
You know, it's just automatic.
You're not
you
just
can't
gonna
be
stay
here.
pure and
Yeah, you
innocent.
can't be here and not grow.
But he could have took her innocence and had a new beginning for himself.
Right.
And been innocent
He could have.
with her, even knowing what he knew.
Right.
But he could. That was like a new start for him.
But you have to be smart. You know,
Yeah.
you have to know what you want
yeah.
and know what you plan on doing with this innocent person.
Right.
You know?
And even if I had said started going out and went to bars, and he probably would have knew how to handle that because
Right.
he had been there. You know, because true, you have to grow, and maybe that's something I might have found enjoyment in. I started doing, but he could have kept. He could have went with me, and we could have did it together.
Enjoyment later.
Yeah, right.
After the marriage.
Right.
Look.
After that broke, I set out to
Yeah,
find out,
yeah.
you know, what this
Yeah,
life was really about.
you probably
know.
was thinking, well, what is it that he's so into
did.
that he don't want this family
I remember
that I'm
saying,
giving him?
I'm getting out here to see what's out here. I
Did
really
you?
remember saying that.
yeah.
I'm going to see what's out here.
Yeah.
But just through the grace of God, I didn't get off into no drugs and stuff like
Right,
that because
right.
that's easy for innocent girls to do.
Yeah.
And I don't count it as me because I did dumb stuff too. So
Well, that's life and growing and all of that. But nowadays they got that friends with benefits. I don't think that would work out for me at all, because remember they had that Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend had that show on a long time ago, and he had a skit where they said, well, if you slept with this person and this person slept with this person, then you slept with that person too. And then the people kept popping in the room, and it was a guy. And then all these women kept popping in the room saying, well, I slept with you and I slept with you. Then this man popped in the room, and he was like, he spent some time in jail. I was like- but it's just too much, and it's no mental relationship, really. It's just purely sexual to me.
Well, I
That's
think
all
a
that's
lot
all
of
about.
women's problem is they act like they're so hard up all the time. Sometimes you'll meet a nice man, and the first thing they want to do is marry him and have a baby. They rush things too quick. They scare the
Right.
man away.
Well, first of all, they ain't marrying them. They just having
Exactly.
the babies.
Exactly, and then that's they messed up right there.
I
Right.
think
Because
people,
a baby is not gonna hold a man.
people must.
It's gonna push them away, really, especially if you don't want it. I was in Walmart, and I was behind this young lady, and the cashier was a guy, and they had something going back and forth, but I really wasn't paying any attention or whatever. And then when she left, and I got to his register, he was like, "That's my baby mama." I was like, "Why is she your baby mama? Why is she not your wife? You didn't have a baby with her, you know? Why do you think?" I said, "First come marriage, then come the baby." But people, they get so. First of all, these men don't want to get married. What is that all about?
I can answer that for you.
Okay.
Because they getting everything they want without the marriage. Women are really willing to settle for the little bit that they give them. When I'm looking at these shows and I hear the two girls fighting over a man, and you know what they say? So what? I was with him last night.
Right.
What is that?
Right. Instead of saying,
And to
you
be
can
proud of
have her
You
because I'm better
you
than that.
had him tonight, but he's coming home with me.
Right.
So why would a man get married?
Right.
That's true.
He got the best of both
Yeah,
worlds.
he's
Right.
got the best of both worlds. If it was me, I would say you had him last night, you keep him.
Right.
Right, exactly.
You know?
I don't even want to know because
No.
he been with you and I don't know
Exactly,
what you
but
got.
no.
But that's the thing. A lot of these young girls, they do not have self-esteem.
Yeah.
They don't. Because if you had it, you would say, you could have them. You know, you go on with them. I'm gonna find me somebody that can love me.
And another thing, I've heard men say this. Women, they sleep with anybody. They can't be trusted. They call them, you know, they loose.
Right.
You know, I don't want to say, you know, but that's the way men think about women. And they're not going to make a woman like that their woman.
You're right.
If you think
You know
if
that
his friend can come and sleep with his woman, he's not going to want to make her wife. So if you're running around acting like that, and nobody wants to marry
These
you.
relationships today is all built on lust. Period.
You're
People
right.
use the word love so loosely, and love is really. I don't see it a lot. I'm not gonna say I don't see it.
Right.
But it's people say love, but they don't. People don't even know how
They
to
don't
love.
know what
Yeah.
love
They don't even know what
They
love
don't.
is.
And these girls need to know their self-worth.
Exactly.
They need to know that what they have is a gift, and you don't give it to just
It's a
anybody.
gift, and that they are the prize. The man
Right,
is not the
exactly.
prize.
Right, exactly.
You are the prize.
Yep.
It's true.
Make them work for it.
It
Right.
seems like
Give it to them too easy.
The tables
Exactly.
have turned in this day and time. Used to be the guys chasing the girls. Now
Right.
it's the girls chasing the guys.
And they have so much of a big choice. They have so many women. So
so
they,
guy
why
does
should
not
they
have to
get
work
married?
hard to get a girl.
And that is why they don't care, because they want to be the hunters. They want
Yes,
to
they
be.
do.
They
They
don't
want
allow them
hunters.
to be.
And that's what a lot of women do. They try to please them instead of letting the man please them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try to make him happy. You know, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Let him make you happy.
Yeah. They
You are the prize.
They don't even get the chance to hunt. You don't see no deer running up to the hunter.
You know what?
Shoot me!
But you know what? A woman needs to know there's a place, and even if you don't have to let a man know that you want him or go up to him and say that. All you gotta do is say something, a little comment to him.
You can say
know?
hello. You look nice.
Right, that's all. Hello, you look nice. Oh, I like that you have on.
Right.
You know, and then let him take it from there.
Right.
And,
It's
and
not
if
gonna
you
matter.
don't take it from there, he's not
You keep
interested.
right.
And keep it moving
Keep that
because there are so many others
That's
out
right.
there.
Keep it moving.
That's right.
Yeah. And
I
you
just want to stop right here and give grass to Black Girls Rock because they teaching young girls how to be young women.
Yes.
what
they
is
do.
Black Girls Rock?
It's an organization with
Black Girls Rock? They a lot of black women, and they give a
Concert.
what is it, award where they give out awards and stuff to different black women.
So a
that's
award
doing
ceremony.
stuff, and
Yes.
they can be young. They're young girls.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just stay up and see this. Hats off to you, and we'll be joining your organization.
Yeah, that's a very nice thing they
It
have
is.
now.
And I don't know if it's because
It's a mentoring.
they start saying, would you date a guy that work at McDonald's or would you do this? And they were, it was a time period where they were saying, y'all think y'all too good, that's why y'all not getting anybody. But then now it's reversed. These girls will get in their car, go pick up the boy because he ain't don't have a car and don't have nothing really to offer. And to me, it's like, why would you lay down with somebody that has nothing to offer, nothing for himself? And then you end up getting pregnant. Then you want him to be a father. Well, he wasn't ready to be a father when you went and
Right.
picked him up
Right.
in your car.
Right.
He didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing then. He not gonna all of a sudden get anything
Some of them
because
don't even have a job at McDonald's. They don't care.
Yeah, and they just gotta have a
It's
man.
all about sex, actually.
Well, you know what?
Everybody think they need to have sex.
Well, you know what? Is more ways to have it than with somebody that ain't worth having it. That's where the prize come in. You have a gift, and you can't just give it to any and everybody else. Guess what? It ain't
But
worth that
nobody's
much if you
taking
done gave
every
it
time
away.
frame that they
Prize,
choose. They step it down. They let they stuff down.
A gift is something special to someone.
Right.
Not giving these gifts everywhere.
Right? Just you
get a gift.
Look,
You
They
get a
let
gift.
they let their expectations down. And they
You're
think
not Santa Claus. You have to have some self-esteem. You have to have know that you are special and you deserve better than what you are allowing to happen to you. And then these girls be like, oh, we didn't have sex, we had oral sex. That's worse to me. You're gonna put some stranger and let them be, into that's something that's
very intimate.
Right, very intimate.
And people just, it might not, that part of it might not be to men, but to me, to a woman, even it's the men think that's
It's
nothing.
all sex, and you don't want everybody's stuff all, whether it's in one hole or the other. You don't want it, 'cause you don't know where it's been.
Right, exactly. And then they getting all of these throat. It's some kind of
Throat cancer.
yeah, some kind of disease or something that they get from doing that.
Yeah.
Like
No.
You
like
can't
Michael
get herpes,
Douglas.
though, around
Was
the
it
mouth.
Michael Douglas?
Yeah, he got
Oh,
throat
yeah.
cancer.
Right.
That part.
And they said that's where
Yeah,
kind
they
of
did.
where it came
From some virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just it. You get put, you don't know where it's been, and you putting stuff where it don't belong, cause it really don't belong there. And that's something that should be determined between a husband and a wife, not a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and not somebody you just met.
So you're looking for qualities. You're looking for certain kind of qualities when you're looking for a mate.
Yes,
So
and
that's
but the thing is, you first have to decide who you are.
right.
And then you need to know what you
qualities
want
you're looking
in
for
a mate.
So first of all, he needs to be working.
That is.
I mean, a man.
I'm not gonna be happy with a man. That's
Well, I
not
don't feel like a man should he shouldn't even approach a woman if he can't do anything for her.
right.
That, I mean, why would you even approach her?
when you
Right.
can't take care
When
of
you
yourself.
can't take care of yourself,
You
there's
can't
nothing
do
you
nothing.
can do.
Yeah, if you
for her.
living in your mama's basement.
So you need to get yourself, you need to work on yourself and
together.
get yourself together before you even approach a woman.
Really?
And you know what? I can say that I'm proud of my younger son next. I'd be like, why you ain't trying to get a girlfriend? He was like, Mother, I don't have nothing to offer nobody. I gotta get myself together first. But I guess that's what I have taught him.
Right.
But then it was surprising to hear it come back. Yeah, and I was proud of him. 21 years old.
Alright.
Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah. That's right,
And I did teach you that.
Right.
And women, we got to be more smarter. If a man always asking you for money, you don't need him.
Right, because he taking you down.
Yes.
What Tyler Perry say, I can do better all by myself. is
Some of these
movie.
men, these women out here got kids to feed and a house to take care of, and some man is taking their money, asking them for money, and they giving money that they need to be spending on their children
Right.
to some man.
And I'm going to tell you.
And what kind of man does that?
That's what I want to know.
I'm going to tell you.
Loser.
You're right, a loser. But it comes from
I should say boy.
some of these single mothers babying these boys.
Right.
It starts way back. Because
Yeah.
I said this. If you have laid down and had a baby with a person, and then you say, ooh, I can't be with her, or I can't be with him, he crazy. But then you leave your child with the crazy person. That don't make no sense.
That's true.
Because if you laid down and you got it with that crazy person, then you need to stay with that child and that crazy person because you need to be
Oversee.
responsible. Right. And you need to be responsible because what do you think that child is going
You
to be?
need to make sure
Crazy.
you got a big hand in raising that child.
Right.
Crazy
Exactly. And then once the kid is born, I'm sorry, your time is over. Because now you got a responsibility to raise this child to be
Right.
the way it's supposed to be. So whatever that you thought you were doing, it's over because it's the child's time now.
Put it on hold for 18 years.
And really,
And maybe longer.
Yeah.
well, if you raise them right, then they'll be
18,
gone.
Then you can go.
Right, they'll be
one
gone
day
to
in
college.
and try to do
Right.
what you need.
You know, in another country, if you get a woman pregnant, you have to marry her.
And that's
I can't
understandable
remember what country
because
that is.
if
but
the foundation is messed up, what's going to happen to the rest of the building?
That's right. It's gonna fall down.
Right.
as
and-
you can see it out there,
Yeah, but I think these women are too stuck
It's in
on
every neighborhood.
when
it's
they
mostly in black.
when they're
I
looking
just
at a
heard on-
man, they
Yeah.
stuck on what he looks like. You better stop looking at what he look like and
That's
worry about what type of man he is, what his heart is,
Right.
and how he treats his mother, his children, and the other people around him.
Right.
That's
He's
right.
loved.
No, that's right, Rennie.
That is
You
right.
gotta stop looking at that outside shell.
And look what's on the inside.
I heard a young girl the other day say, "I only talk to dark skinned guys. I don't talk." Well, you know what? You making it hard for yourself. You don't know how love's going to come. You don't know it could come in a white man, a black man, a Chinese man. You don't know. You setting yourself up when you just say, "I don't talk to a certain kind of man."
Right, because that might be your man.
That's right.
And then you limiting yourself. You
Right.
are limiting yourself, and you are limiting yourself from growing. You know, just take care of yourself. Start there. Start with yourself
And
first.
education. Women, these young girls out here, they need to stop worrying about these boys and these men and get something in their head. Learn something. Get something, some education where you can take care of yourself and stop depending on men all the time.
And if this starts to happen, these men gonna go to start going to school and getting some education because that's where the women are. And
That's
then
right.
that's what the women are looking for. Really, the women set the standards
That's true.
of what is expected.
Really? Yeah.
So if you don't expect nothing, you're
I
not
ain't
gonna
giving you
get nothing.
nothing.
Right.
Like they always say, being do what you let them get away with.
And that's exactly right. You know, these women be with these, and then once you get a man, and then the man won't marry you, you'd have been with him 15, 16 years. Why should
With
he?
2 kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he waiting for?
For?
Is he
You already
looking for something
You
else?
know
kids?
something better to come along?
Right. And it's not coming because this woman has given you her life and given you kids, given you life for you, and then you don't love her and respect her enough because every woman pretty much wants to get married. They dream about it from
That's what I
childhood.
keep saying. And some people tell these women out here don't want to. I said, don't listen to that lie.
Right.
They may tell you they
Everybody
don't want
wants
to,
somebody.
but they
special.
want that marriage. They want that ring.
Yes, they do.
If
And
you
they-
would offer to ask me, since you've been married, why do you want to get married again? I wouldn't get married no more. People say that to me so much. And even the married people says, "You crazy. I would just see him and I wouldn't get married. If I get divorced, or something happened to my husband, I ain't never getting married again." This is all I hear.
It's
on a
not
daily
true.
basis.
Halle Berry said she was never getting married again.
And I say that
And-
too.
and she
People
done got married
always
twice
want
since
what
then.
they don't have. They look at a single life and they think, "Well, you ain't got to do this and you ain't got to do that," and blah blah blah. And I always tell them, I said, "You be single for 6 or 7 years. That'll change because nobody wants to be lonely."
When you have a lot of morals about yourself, you feel like if a man love you, why not marry you? You know?
Exactly.
Why not marry you? You gonna come here at 2:00 every night and want to have sex? What's wrong with me?
Right. Exactly. And it's like, my husband calls it the 100% club. And I said this to somebody who had been with their mate for several years. And I said, my husband calls it the 100% club. He said, but it ain't 100%. I don't care if you do get married, but you know what? It's a start. When you start out
Right.
and in a committed relationship, we committed. No, you're not, because you don't even want to marry her. You're
It may not be
not
100,
committed
but
enough.
it's 80, 75.
Exactly.
You can
That's-
work with that.
You
Right.
said the right word, commit.
Yes,
There's so many men that don't want to commit
exactly.
And
Because
they
for
should.
whatever reason.
And they shouldn't. I believe men should be upfront with women because women will still sleep with
You're
you.
absolutely
Just tell
right.
the truth.
Right.
You don't have to lie like that because there's so many of them out here will.
right, exactly. Let them
They can change you over.
Yeah.
Change your mind.
That
You don't have to
comedian,
lie.
that comedian some more. She had said that. She had said, "Give me a warning sign, and maybe maybe sleep with your best friend. I might still sleep with him." She said, "Give me a warning sign."
Yeah, and a lot of women are like that because I don't know why men have to lie so much. You know,
Right.
Because a lot of women will still sleep
Especially in
with
this
them.
day and time, they don't care what you tell them.
There was a
They don't even care if you are married. They still gonna be chasing us because they feel like you're not happy.
They don't
They feel like
Right.
marriage is not the sacred institution that
Not
it is.
until they get into it.
Right.
But you know, it's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
We did a little experiment. You know, like if you holding hands with a man when you out, and it is more women that will pay him attention than if he's not holding your hand, because they feel like if he's treating her nice, he might treat you.
Exactly.
Well, and we actually did that, you know, and I was like, dang, they are looking at you. You know, we just hold hands, they look. And it's funny, they'll go right behind you and talk to what they think, well, dang, he's romantic, he's this, he's that. It just makes them want to talk to him more.
But those are silly women.
Regardless of who they are.
Women. They silly women. I mean,
That's what happens though. You can tell a woman, I'm married.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Are you happy?
Right. But you know what? No, they'll
So
say
men
yes.
still ask me that.
Right. And they'll say,
Yeah.
well, she ain't here with you.
Right.
You know, so they don't care.
No.
But I'm gonna tell you, it was a man that tried to talk to me at work, and I told him, I said, you know what? You are a married man, and you've been married for a long time. I said, if you take that energy that you're trying to put into me and put into your wife at home, I guarantee that you will be happy. You know, put that energy where you are.
And I hope he thought about that. 'cause
He
that was
came
so
back
sad.
a year later and he said, "Thank you so much.
Now, see,
you were right."
That's how women stick together.
That's it.
Right.
And that would be that.
Women
Yes.
right,
That's so
Care
true.
enough about one another to do things like that and stick together.
Right.
Look, you married, you need to go home to your wife.
Exactly.
You know what? And you know what I tell men that try to talk to me? I say, if you don't have no respect for my marriage, you don't have none for yours.
That's
and if
right.
I was to get you, you still wouldn't have no respect.
Exactly.
So I don't even want to talk to you. I already know where you coming from.
Exactly.
know what you
Go
about.
ahead, Sister Rennie.
I tell them like, this is guy working at me.
That's
I'm
right,
like, it's
though.
not gonna happen. You're
Right.
wasting your time.
You know,
You know, I respect my marriage, you know,
and that's the
Right.
thing.
and myself.
The people that sometimes do get married, they don't even believe that their marriage is going to last.
That's true.
They already are destroying their marriage before they even walk down the aisle. They're like, thinking about divorce. Well, I ain't going to put all into it because we might get divorced. Well, if you're thinking like that, it's 50%
That's
chance
right.
it's going to happen more than if you were saying, I'm giving my all. Hurt is a part of love. And if you get somebody that does hurt you, it's a hurting feeling, but you will get over
Get over
it.
it.
Right.
And you
It's a
will
growing
learn.
experience.
Yes. But you need to give all in your relationship because when it's all
Exactly.
said and done, you need to say, I did all I could.
Right.
And you feel better.
And another thing that I
And you
always
should never
tell,
hold back love. If you love, you just love. If that person don't know how to receive it, that's their problem.
It is.
I
not
tell
yours.
women and I tell men, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay, girl. But you put your all into it because if you don't, it's bound to
I know
fail.
what I was gonna say. I feel like, having sex with men and just going out or vice versa, or like I was to have a fair being married. I don't feel like I want to let nobody use me like that.
Exactly.
I feel like it's
what it
being
is.
used. You letting someone use you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna use me like that.
Exactly.
You know.
And I know
I
there's
honestly
women
feel
that look prey on married. They don't care about them being married, but they still will take this married man, which I never understood. How can you play second? He's going home every night. Well, he can tell you he's not sleeping with her, but he's still living there. More than likely, he's sitting in the bed with her. They going on with their regular life.
Right,
and
right.
you think just because you the mistress or you the other woman, that makes you somebody. You ain't nothing.
No, because you know what? You buy yourself on Christmas. You buy yourself on Thanksgiving. All the holidays.
And all the
Yeah,
little
home with his
trinkets that
family.
they may give you,
You know.
do not make up.
But you know what this
For the
man
person.
said? One
Right.
funny thing at work. He's like, all y'all women watch Scandal. Y'all think that Olivia woman is something, but y'all do realize she a side piece though.
Right. I heard that too.
Well, look,
Yes,
I can't
yes.
even watch Scandal with my husband in the room because he like, oh, you okay with her sleeping with somebody else's husband? So I have to sneak and watch Scandal. Cause I can't. I mean, cause it's entertainment, but my husband takes things to heart so much that I'd rather just, watch it when he ain't around because no, it's not okay, but it's entertainment.
Right, but he was saying that
Entertainment.
women are so stuck on that, and y'all glorifying somebody
They
that's a sad
glorify
piece.
that right there with her. But because they make even the wife looks, she don't look good, she look bad in it. I
Right.
think she had an affair also.
Right.
So
And then that gay couple, the man that's over the
Right.
president,
right.
when his mate cheated on him, she was like, it hurts real bad. She was there for him. She was like, it hurts real bad, but it will stop hurting. But, oh my God, look, if somebody cheat on me, I'm done. Because I can't trust them no more. And I don't want to have that feeling. It's like the relationship is pretty much over.
If you can't be in it,
You gotta get your trust back.
Yeah,
it
it
takes a lot
can
to
be
be
that.
that.
Yeah.
a lot of people done done
It's so many
Yeah,
things
they
that
have.
have suffered and grown through that.
Yeah.
They
So you
have.
can't really.
And they,
But
well, I saw a couple on TV, some show, and they said that their marriage was so much stronger
Right.
after
Because
that.
it might have
that
just made
happens
them talk.
sometimes,
It might have
yeah.
made them get stuff out
Yeah.
that they never told each other.
But before you went out and cheat, you should have talked to her or talked to him.
And that's probably
before
true.
you went out and
That's
cheat.
probably true, but everything don't always
Yeah,
go
that's
like
true
that.
too. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, well,
Things do happen.
Right.
That don't mean that he didn't
Alright,
love his wife or whatever.
Yeah, and like
But-
the lady said, she said, I'm not gonna destroy my marriage over just this one woman. And she said, they had been together a while, and she said, I'm just not gonna just throw him out there and say,
It's
yeah,
different.
you can
It's
have
different
it.
if they have an affair, a drawn out affair, and
Yeah.
been with the woman for a year or two.
Yeah.
Then he got some feelings for her.
yeah,
But just to have
a fling.
a fling.
Right.
Well, he better fling.
And I mean, I don't take me wrong. I don't want
condoning that now.
Right, I'm not condoning that either.
Because I feel the same way Holly feel, but you never know until it happened to you.
Right.
So
That's true.
what we say
But in
now.
my mind,
Yeah, in my mind too.
in my mind, and y'all know my husband do hair for a living. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's been 27 years, and I can't honestly say whatever he done, but in my eyes,
In your world?
Right,
it's good.
Right, because I couldn't with him doing hair. I think that
You
I
have to trust him.
I have to totally trust
Trust
him.
him.
And it's all about how he treats me. When I go up to his job or whatever, you better act like you very much in love with me. I don't care if you hate me that day. And it is all about how you treating me, because everybody is looking. Everybody is looking to see if you happy, to see if you know.
To get a little lead way.
Right. That's all they looking for is a little inch. Because then they go bust the doors wide open.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so.
But I know because I go up to Chris' job and he'll come and walk me to the door. And when he gets to the door, he kisses me. And that's one good thing, about my husband. He don't mind kissing me. He came to my job yesterday when I walked him to the door. He kissed me goodbye. He don't care.
Right.
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 And there's no shame. It's a committed relationship.
So back to the things that you look for. We said, what did we say? The first one was
Well, you said.
love God.
Yeah. But we
That's
said
your
everybody
important.
was different. Yeah.
Well, that's my important one. That's
Right.
one of the things that I look for.
Right.
So what is one of the things that you guys look for?
Well, if I was looking,
Well, I mean, you got me, and I'm sure you like the qualities of the one you got.
well, you said what are the things you looking for?
Or what are the things you have then?
Well,
I'm
I
talking
think
to
one of my
married
things is
women.
loving God too, because you know, you need to love God, because if you don't love God and know how to love Him, then you surely
don't know how
can't
to love
love me. You know, because you got to be forgiving. You got to be
Loyalty. Okay,
understanding.
that's it. Forgiving,
know?
understanding,
Okay.
loyalty.
Okay, so when I got married, I didn't know the things that I know and the qualities that I should have been looking for, or whatever. Because when I married my husband, he didn't know nothing about God. He said his parents never even mentioned God when he was growing up, which I found was hard to believe. But then through my life, in these 27 years, he has found that there is a supreme being, and he has found, at the first time he was like, what did he say? He might have been just joking or whatever, talking about praise the Lord. I was like, what? What you say?
You know, that's where we come in to help
Right.
them.
And I taught him how
right.
to say his prayers or whatever.
Yeah, we help them that
You
way.
are his helpmate.
Yeah.
So beyond that, I felt that his heart was pure, and the things was, and you can feel these things. Cause I'm gonna tell you need to listen to yourself.
Yes.
Because
your own
That
word.
little voice.
Right. You need to listen to yourself, because you can tell. And if you be like, oh nah, because you just want them, and you see some bad
Right,
something
right,
in them, and you be
right.
like, oh nah, you know, you better listen to yourself,
Yourself.
because when it comes up, you don't have nobody to blame but yourself.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, my husband, he was like really kind, and you know, he opened doors for me, and car doors, and you know, he was a gentleman. You know, something men don't have a lot these
Right,
days.
exactly.
You know, he was a real gentleman. He wouldn't let me carry anything, and you know, he treated me like a lady. You
Right,
know,
because
like
some men don't care what you carry.
And I'm gonna tell you,
They'll walk behind
my
you.
husband, yeah, my husband just like swept me off my feet. He was asking me to marry him on the first date, and I was like, this man is crazy. And I told him, you are crazy. You don't even know me. But then,
but this is what I believe. When a man know he want to marry you, he knows right away.
exactly.
That's
much,
me
yeah.
and my husband. Like
That's
I told you, when I met him and we were working together, and I asked him how he spelled his last name. I was writing something down. Everybody on the line, and he said, "Remember that, because that's going to be your last name."
Oh my goodness.
You know, and I tossed it away at the time.
Like, you need to shut
I
up.
agree with
But you know,
that.
that is very,
I do
very
agree
true.
with that.
Because Willie also says that, you know, when he saw me, he knew that I was
They
going to
know.
be his wife. He, you know, when he saw me.
I think they know too.
And that's very funny.
So
Because I had no idea.
I didn't either.
I
had
didn't
no
either.
either.
And I kept saying no, because he kept asking me every day. He gave me a key to his house on the second date. Remember, I went, and I'm like, I don't want no key to your house. He was like, just as a friend, you know, I always lose my keys. Just take the key. I said, I'm never using it. Then the next day, I'm at work, and he called me and said, use the key. I got gifts for you at home on the dining room table. I was like, oh, okay.
That's true too. I got my key like the second day too, and I forgot it, left it. That's how much I don't care about no key. I left it. I forgot it. Next thing I know, he came over, he brought it to me and gave it to me. I was like, oh, okay.
I do really believe that when a man want to marry you, he know right away. You don't have to keep waiting and wonder, okay, is he gonna marry me? You know, or beg, or you know, because I think they do.
They do. I agree. I agree with that.
And one thing, when I met my husband's mother, she had 3 boys, well, 4 boys, but she instilled in them about God. And she always talked about God to them and had them in church and all. And I think when you
Spirits
marry,
connect.
yes, but
Spirits
when you have a husband, you gotta have some fears about doing some things.
Right.
You know, you gotta have, you know, some things is just not you, and you know.
Right.
And I think that helps with the person too. You know, you meet their mom, you know, and you know what she's teaching, what she has taught
Exactly.
them. You know, I think that helps.
That's when it comes to that spirit. Them spirits have to agree
Right.
I don't know
to
if
a
his,
certain extent.
mother took him to church that much, or he learned, but his grandmother he always talked about her, and I know he did believe in God.
But then I'm the exception to the rule.
It's always an exception,
Yeah.
like you followed your heart, and sometimes that's what God wants. Sometimes you gotta bring people over
Right,
to
right,
God.
right.
And that's the thing too. When I made my marriage vows, and I meant every word of it, for richer, for poorer, for better, or for
Right.
worse. I'm not gonna say that my life has been so wonderful because
That's marriage. It's growing.
I
learn.
But I love my husband and I love my kids and I love the family. When me and my husband get in that car to go drive and see my kids, we are so happy because we both going to see our kids.
Right.
And it wouldn't be that way if I was with somebody else.
Right.
You know, he'd be like, we gotta go see this boy again. No.
I got something to say on that because my husband is not my son's real father, but he is his
He
real
is.
father.
He really
And
Been
we
knowing
can-
him since how long?
since he was 10.
Yeah,
And
really
he is now, well, I don't want to say that, then you're going to look at me like, oh, I am.
Well, he's married now.
Right. And when, just like my, Norlinda said how her and her husband get in the car and say you're going to kids, we both feel the same way too. So
That's right.
that is his son also.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
and on the opposite of that, though, I don't have that. I've always told people, even I can meet a man, and I was like, if you can make your family work, you make it work. I said, because people don't see the other side of it. I said, I have grandkids that I can't sit up with their dad or their grandfather. We
Right.
can't watch them grow together.
Right.
We can't say this is what we made.
Right.
You can't enjoy them the same way.
Right.
I literally tell people, if you can keep your family together, then that's
Yes.
what you do.
That's very important.
Because if you don't see the other stuff behind it and the hard work that you have to do behind that, you might as well put it where you at.
Exactly. Because you're going to go get
That's
somebody else
Right.
and you're going to have to work with
That's
them.
right.
You know,
Something-
And you working so hard, like when I split with my husband, I mean, I literally, you know, I gotta try to date, I gotta try to work, I gotta try to do all these
Right.
things. And you can't enjoy your kids. It's not a family anymore. It's
Right.
split. You can't even enjoy them. You can't. We can't say bring the baby over here. They run around. Nobody cares because they're part of us.
But
Right.
now, what
But
they
now
call
you
these
can't do
families,
it.
Blended
Blended
families.
families, yeah.
But that's just it though.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, back in the olden days, you know, your grandmother and grandfather be sitting there, they might be all found up because they done argued all their darn life. But they smiling and they happy because they looking at this is what
This
we
is what we
made.
made. This
Right.
came from
Right.
us.
Right. And this is the commitment. This is the commitment that this is our foundation. So you better choose wisely. Choose wisely.
And don't be so quick to throw it all away.
No, that's what
Right.
I'm saying. Don't throw your marriage away. for
Because
nothing.
yes, exactly. Because then they use somewhere else and I told my sons, I'm only going to one house to pick up the kids for the family reunion. I ain't going to but one house. Ain't nobody going having kids everywhere to go pick them up. We not doing that. And this past summer, my son is not married, and neither one of them, and he don't have any kids. But my older son said, if ever it was to happen, I'd be with my kid. But he gonna make sure he don't have none.
Until he finds the
Right.
one he
And
wants.
actually,
Married.
he says he don't want any kids at all. And he's 25, and I really believe him at this point.
Well,
And
Tony
at
said he
this
didn't want
point-
none when he was like 19, and he what 36 now.
And he haven't
he
had
doesn't
none.
have any.
Yeah. And, you know, and then they need to be responsible too. Because it's just not totally up to the girl. Because just because
Exactly.
the guy is not pregnant and don't have to go through the delivery but you need to be there every single day of that child's life.
That's right.
Because-
You're missing stuff.
Yes, you are missing a part of you. And guess what? You are incomplete now and that kid is just gonna be lost because he wants his father. He wants his
He needs
mother.
his father.
Yes, he does. He
Please,
wants you.
people, be careful picking a mate. I'm telling you, because when you have these kids from these people, if they have crazy, the kid gonna be a little crazy too. Come on.
Remember, who you lay down with might be having your baby.
That's right. So
Yes.
that's where you start. Be careful who you lay with. Be careful who you lay with, because anybody you do lay with is a potential mother or father of
Yes,
your
right.
child.
That's true.
That is so true.
And nothing is 100%. Not one thing.
Right.
Now, this. Oh my God. So, I really enjoyed my sisters today, and this is this was a really great conversation, and we would like to thank you guys for watching again, and we hope to see you again soon.
Hope see you soon. Hope you had a good time.
And hope you learned something from what we talked about, because we're here to make a better world.
Bye.
Pick a good mate.
Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking. Real sisters talking. Real sisters talking. What do you want to know about? We're talking.